Thanks to EA for sponsoring this video. Hey lovelies, it's Kate. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. It's time for another Lovestruck early access build. I luckily got early access to the Sims 4 Lovestruck and I'm so happy about this. I'm so obsessed with the pack and I'm so excited to show you another build. So I decided to build a Mexican hacienda. As I've said before, I don't claim for this to be authentic. I was having fun in Build By. I wanted to use the new objects. I still wanted to make it fit into Ciudad Enamorada, but I'm so sorry if this is like not authentic. This is a rental lot. The original build on this lot was also a rental lot, so I decided to keep it this way. When you look at the layout of my build, it also makes sense because there are different areas in this building. It would make sense for a traditional house layout. So there are like bedrooms scattered all over the build, different areas where your Sims can sleep, a kitchen in the center, and a living room to spend time, a wonderful garden so they could have a barbecue, just a wonderful rental lot. And here I'm working on the shape. I've used the fence from Lovestruck here at first and also the columns. I'm going to change this. I wanted this to look very rustic. There are lots of brown colors, lots of wooden tones, and this fence and this column are not available in a brown wooden swatch, sadly. I understand that the direction of the pack and the color palette, it's just different from that, but I still think that you could add a neutral wooden swatch to an item like this in case someone wants to use it like this. So I would have loved for a wooden swatch, especially for the columns. So these are just placeholders here at this point. The build is going more and more into a really rustic wooden direction, so I'm going to change this. I've also used some base game awnings, and I've used the new doorways from the pack, which also come in this type of color. I feel like my penthouse build fitted the design direction of the pack a lot more in terms of the furniture and stuff, but here, just as for the mansion, I was going for this type of rustic vibe and I just had so much fun building this. I used this roof decoration from the base game, which is just a perfect match for this type of style, and I just wanted to have different sections, and I of course had to like make it look as complex as I could, which I always struggle to do whenever I'm building on smaller lots, but here this lot was actually perfect for this. And when you look at the surroundings, the trees, the hedges, the whole landscaping is so stunning. And when you look at the Ciudad Enamorada world, you will see that a lot of the buildings have like flat roofs and then a half wall going around it. So I was trying to do the same for this part of the build on the left side, and I then raised the platform a bit in the center until I really liked the look. And here I'm creating a little gate. So it's like a little gate which leads to the rest of the house. I was just freestyling it at this point, just adding some random stuff, and I especially enjoyed the landscaping. I've talked about debug and live edit before in another video, but I really love the trees, bushes, and flowers we got in Live, Edit, and Debug in this pack. It's just a pleasure to landscape, and I'm always really fond of having a new palm tree in this game because I love to build luxurious Del Sol Valley mansions, and for the vibe that I'm usually going for, I just love to have a wonderful palm tree, and we got a beautiful one in this pack, and also some other beautiful flowers. It's just so colorful. The last time landscaping and the items made me so excited was probably Island Living, which is also very colorful and happy. I just love this vibe. It's so dreamy. I decided to go for a round shaped fence in the corner, and for this I just used a big round foundation piece. I used the sledgehammer tool to remove the fence, and I then just applied this beautiful base game fence, which is perfect for this type of look. I added so many shelves to this. I did the same for my last build Back then, I always used shelves to create custom freezers and trims and stuff, and here totally did this for all my early access builds. I just had so much fun decorating the house a bit more. If you ask me, more is more, and I love to do it like this, so I totally went overboard on the exterior here a little bit, but it was fun. These plants on the roof are also from Live Edit, and I felt like the corner was a bit empty, so I was trying to use a debugged fence at first, but then I didn't. And then I just moved on and landscaped a lot, as you can here see. I think the tree in the back with the red blossoms is also in island living probably, and it's so beautiful. I sized it down and up to have different sizes. I wanted to have this stunning fountain in the center, so there's like a lovely courtyard in the center, and then you have all these different areas, and you can really just rent this and have a great time. I think this makes a lot of sense in general. Let's say your main family in your game lives in Willow Creek, for example, which is inspired by New Orleans, so it's kind of set in the USA, and then your Sims can travel to Ciudad Enamorada, which is located in Mexico, so it makes sense to have a lovely rental lot there because the distance is so big. It just makes sense to use a world like this to travel, like at least if you are into realistic gameplay. The same goes for Mount Komorebi, so your Sims live in Oasis Springs, but then they travel to Mount Komorebi to have a vacation there. If you're into realistic gameplay, this probably makes a lot more sense than just going back and forth between these worlds to like visit a sim on the whim, if that makes sense. Let me know if you are into realistic gameplay, if you like just do whatever. Are these things important to you? I would love to hear from you about this. This is really exciting. And here I've used the decoration which can be placed above a window, and originally they go on a larger window, but here I just sized it down because this is like probably a typical old school KateEmerald build where I was throwing so many things at this lot, like everything that sticks is just staying basically. I'm just trying to decorate this as much as possible using different debug objects, using shelves, using just all kinds of different things. I just wanted this to look very decorated and just very detailed. And you briefly saw that I wanted to use a orange swatch for the exterior at first, and I really love the colorful vibe of the wallpaper. And Ciudad Enamorada is generally very colorful, which is wonderful, but here I was going into like this very rustic direction again, and I just wanted to use a beige neutral wallpaper, and I then just added color by using so many plants and trees. And here you briefly saw some debug flowers, which are also so colorful and beautiful. I then added more. I just wanted this to be so beautiful and so colorful, and I just love how warm and inviting this is. I then furnished this. This is a rental lot, so it's like relatively sparsely furnished. It's very neutral. There isn't like a lot of clutter. It's not too personal. This is not a home. Like, this is not someone's home. It's just a rental lot. So there's anything your Sims will need to have a good time here, but there is like not too much stuff. It's relatively neutral in terms of how it's furnished. Not too many, I don't know, just clutter, random stuff, which would belong to a Sim probably. And I was using a mix of base game furniture and Lovestruck furniture because the Lovestruck furniture is very colorful. It just gives me Y2K vibes. It's very modern and it's just so colorful and beautiful. But here, because I was going into this very rustic direction, I had to use a lot of base game furniture as well. But if you want to see the whole colorful vibe, just check out my penthouse build, which I did for Lovestruck, because there is just so much color going on, and I had so much fun building the penthouse. And you can find the speed build on my channel. And at first I wanted to have this big dining table, which didn't fit, so I just used a smaller one. But I also didn't want to give up on the island counters with the bar stools because I love to do that and it just looked good. So I just kept it this way, and I just created very simple bedrooms. And at first I wanted to use the big heart-shaped bed in a room on the left side, but the room was very small, so I used another one for this. There are also enough bathrooms, so there's just really anything your Sims would need. And I was trying to make the colors match. This bed is also from Lovestruck, and so is this beautiful sofa. The plants are so good in this pack. Not only the debugged and live edit ones, but also the regular house plants inbuilt by. It's just so wonderful to place them everywhere and to make the house so green and lush and beautiful. I just love this so much. And for this room and the bathroom, I was going for this mint green color because it just made sense. I stumbled upon the swatch of the bed in this beautiful green color, and I then just matched everything to this. I used a similar rug and also like this bathroom, and I hope that your Sims will enjoy this in case you should use it. This is available in my gallery. My ID is KateEmerald, and I would love to hear from you what you think of this build, what you think of Lovestruck. Do you enjoy the pack so far? Will you buy it? Like, just let me know everything. Share your thoughts and if you're excited about this and what you think. I'm just so excited to hear from all of you. And this video is slowly coming to an end. I'm here just furnishing the bedrooms of this rental lot, and I'm going to add so many screenshots to this so you can really check out the hacienda in detail and you can see what I did here. I hope that you like the screenshots. I hope that you like the build and the pack. Just let me know everything. I hope you are doing so well, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye.